Hey, what's up, and welcome back, treasure hunters. Today we're going to go through some more finds. Now, I have some thrift store finds, I have some auction finds, but the most important thing is you're going to want to watch this video all the way through. Reason being, I'm going to tell you what to comment about after the video, or sometime during the video, or whenever I decide to do it. I'm going to randomly pick someone from now, because I don't make a ton of videos, like actual videos. So I want to reward, the people that really watch the content I'm putting out. Moving forward, every video, I'm going to be giving away something for free for a random commenter. But they have to comment on what I talk about sometime during the video. It's pretty easy. I paid $160 for this. Why? Is it worth that much? Stay tuned to find out. So let's get back to this. Now I picked this up at an auction and I won it for $160. Now, to be completely honest, they did not have the dimensions for this on the listing. And just the way it was shown, I thought it was more like a 12 by 12, like whatever. But this is real small. It's like 6 by 6. And the actual artwork, which is hand-colored, some kind of etching, mezzotint or something. But it's like 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. Very small, but it was done by Hamaguchi. I forget the first name, but I just did a quick search. I was able to, they actually had the last name in the listing. So I just did some searches around it, and he actually did a lot of real small pieces like this. And it is hand signed in pencil. It's titled Happy, dated 1987. And surprisingly enough, these things were, all listed for well over $500. Not sure that they actually got that, but the ones that I did see that sold were selling over, $400 to $600 range. So why not, for something this small, costs nothing to ship, and pay $160 for it. If I can even get $300, I'll be super happy. And with that being said, this is why you never pass up. I know, it's, if you're looking for art, you always want to go, usually in at least the Goodwills around here, there's like a larger art area where they're like up on the wall and they have like shelves and you can sift through all the larger pieces of art. But then within all the shelves, with all the other stuff, the aisles and whatever else, on the metal shelves, they also have the smaller frames or smaller pieces of art. And when I first started, I used to kind of just pass over that stuff, but I started finding some real valuable stuff in there for next to nothing. So now I always check that. And this is another reason. I mean, this piece could have easily been donated because it doesn't look like much, but it is. So let's move on to a thrift store find. And this is a studio pottery bowl, made from red clay, redware, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. What caught my eye about this is the inside of the bowl is really nicely decorated with different, there's like drip glazing, and I don't even exactly know how they did this, but it has a cool look where it's almost like, I don't know, it's metallic in it. And you can see that too in the light. I don't know if you'll be able to see it with the camera, but they have the same like metallic flakes in the overall glaze. It's signed on the bottom, and they also had this like piece of tape here, and that also has the last name of the artist, Manbeck. And I just did a quick search, and it ended up being Dorothy Manbeck, who was a Cleveland artist, local. I couldn't really find too many pieces of hers for sale, but she was very well known around. She even has pieces in the Cleveland Museum of Art. So I picked this up for, I think it was like $266. It has a couple of little chips along the edge, but it's very nicely made, very unique, and definitely a really good find for only $2. Next thing here, another piece of pottery. This is actually art pottery, pretty sure. Almost positive it's Burley Winter, just because I have found a piece by them that had the same coloring, the pink with the green, and it's not really marked on the bottom, but it's definitely older. And what caught my eye about this is that kind of matte glaze with the speckles and stuff. It just looks like something that it would just be out of something like Roseville, or, you know, one of those, maybe Zanesville pottery or something. That's what I thought it was at first. And it could be Zanesville, but I think it's Burley Winter. Either way, I paid a couple bucks for this. I just saw it on the shelf while I was getting in line and just scooped it right up. Nothing really wrong. There's a hairline crack here, but I mean, it really is hairline. I mean, you can't even see it unless you get up close. Super cool find for a couple bucks. I could probably sell this between 50 and 75. Next piece I got here. This is a sculpture with has a bronze look to it, but it's actually some sort of mixture of stone, clay, whatever. But this was done by Daniel Monfort. So I picked this up for 52 bucks at an online auction, paid maybe 20 to have it shipped. And some of his stuff was like, this is an earlier piece, because a lot of his later pieces are colored and like painted and more realistic looking, where this has just like a bronze finish. It is signed D. Monfort with a copyright and dated 1976 or 66 down here. And then it's titled Vigilante and has some sort of number. The only issue with it is there's a little chip on his boot, but that's not really a huge deal. It's very detailed, well done, handmade. And I found a piece like this, like an earlier piece, selling on eBay. Somebody listed it for like almost $700 or something. I didn't list this for nearly as much. I think I listed it for maybe 150 to 200, somewhere in that range. But 16 inches tall, it's pretty big, and just a really nice looking piece, and can't pass it up for 52 bucks. I know I can make a profit on this. So the next piece I have here is a piece of studio pottery, kind of abstract, modern, I guess, colorful. And what caught my eye about this is obviously it's studio pottery, just with the shape, even the glazing, there's like dripping to it. It's not factory, obviously. And it's signed here on the bottom. I don't know who did this, but I picked this up because the signature looked familiar to me, like I've seen it before. I haven't posted this anywhere yet, so I haven't got a confirmation on who the artist is, but I just feel like I've seen that mark somewhere. And when that happens, if it's cheap, I usually just pick it up. And this was $2 and some change, so really cheap. Only thing wrong with it is a little bit of chips around the top, but overall, just a cool looking, colorful bowl, centerpiece. And I could definitely, once I figure out who did it, I'll have a better idea on exactly what I could price it for. But even if I can't find that out, I could easily price this for anywhere from 30 to 60 bucks. So here's the next piece I got, and this is actually a Goodwill find. Finally, I found a nice piece of art at Goodwill, not any of the decorative stuff. This is a photograph by Bill Coleman. It is signed and numbered and titled Amish, I think 94 or something. But he was known for his landscapes. This is kind of a panorama type photo. It's not quite black and white, but definitely you know, tone down the color in this. I'm not exactly sure what to call it. I'm sure you guys know, but I don't. But it's really cool. I like how it's off in the distance. I mean, it's very flat land, and all you can really see is a horse and buggy and a farmhouse. And I thought it too, like the frame on this and the matting and stuff were picked really well. I got this for $511, and his work, you know, was selling anywhere from the $100 to $200 range. So this is a definite easy find and easy pickup, and it won't cost too much to ship out through Etsy. So really cool piece here. So here's a piece I got at auction, and I got this for I think like $15.75 or something. And the reason why I got it is because I had already purchased, I already won an item, and I just thought this was very strange, kind of a little bit surrealist in nature, but just a cool, it's an original watercolor. It is signed, but unfortunately it's on the side here, and it's kind of crept under the matting. So I can't read it. It looks like D and then something, and then there's a bunch of writing. So I'm not really sure who made this. I recently just got this in the mail, but I just thought it was kind of a different piece, kind of cartoony, ironic, I guess. I don't know. An easy throw-in into the other large painting that I bought, so it wouldn't cost anything more to ship, and something that I just wanted to investigate further. I'm gonna have to take it out of the frame, unfortunately, to figure out who made it, and then I will get a better idea on what I can resell it for. But I'll take a chance for 16 bucks. So here's the next thing I picked up, and this is an oil painting on board of, you know, just kind of a close-up of these stone stairs. This was done by Linda Tompkin, who I believe is an Ohio artist. I got this at a local auction, so I picked it up in person, didn't have to pay for shipping, and I won it for $17.50. The reason why I recognize the name is because I found a limited edition lithograph from her, and I picked it up at the thrift store, and it was valued around $100 to $200. So an original oil painting like this would probably go for more in the $250 to $400 range, I would think. It's in really good condition, and it does have her business card on the back, and it's titled Steps in Time. And it also has an original price of $325. So really cool painting to pick up that's in such good condition for only $17.50. So the next thing I got here, second to last thing I'm going to show you, and then we'll get into the whole giveaway thing. But this is a mid-century, this is alabaster, super heavy. It's about, I don't know, over 25 pounds. Really large, and it's carved and kind of has a cool opacity to it, especially on the back. I don't know if you can catch that, like on the bottom, how it gets kind of clear, but there's like cloudy stuff down here. It's in pretty good condition, only a couple scratches here and there. Unfortunately, there was no signature on this. I purchased it, and it was also out in California, I think. I got it at an online auction, so it cost me 60 some to ship. I paid $205 for it, but I was in one of Dr. Lori's classes, and I had her just do a quick eye appraisal, and since it didn't have a signature, she said it would be anywhere from $550 to $750. I've also seen stuff like this, like actual like auction listings, selling for, you know, $1,500. I'll probably price this a little bit higher than $750 to start, but definitely take offers on it. Either way, it's really cool, super heavy, very big statement piece, and I like how they have this little hole in the middle. Kind of makes it unique, because all the other ones I saw didn't have that. Okay, so before I get to my last one, all you have to do, if you want to be included in my giveaway for this video, is comment on, tell me what your favorite item was. Pretty easy. drop a comment below. And in a couple days, I will run a random and get to the winner. So for my final buy, and this was one of the best deals that I've got in a while. I got this online, super large oil painting on canvas. Now before I get into what this is, I'm going to show you a couple of pictures of what it looked like when I got it. You can see looks like something was spilled on it or something, or dripping on it. It was all like, discolored, and there was stuff running down. It was knocked out of the frame, so it's kind of falling out and didn't look too great. I was able, and this was not identified in the listing, I was able to identify the artist. Probably won't be able to see the signature down in this corner. The artist is Sergio Ladron de Guevara, and I matched up the signature, and he even has a website, and here you can see some of his original paintings and what he's charging. It's pretty crazy. I picked this up for $4.52. Now it did cost me, this and the fishing one I showed you a couple minutes ago, cost me a little over $200 to ship. But either way, this is a 36 by 24, I think, piece. So it's really large. And I think people might have been kind of turned off by the condition of it was being sold in, and also by it not being identified. So doing a little legwork, doing a little cleaning, and now this is ready to be sold. I have no clue, but pieces, this size that he's currently selling on his website are anywhere from like $5,000 to $25,000, which is nuts. I don't think I could ever get that much, but I'm certainly going to list it for enough and just see what comes of it. And if I have to drop it down, that's obviously no problem, but we'll see. Kind of a cool piece, and it looks way better now. So those are some of my recent finds. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you caught with the comment down below, so you can be entered into my video giveaway, and that'll happen every time I mention something. I got no problem with helping out any of my supporters and any of you viewers out there. So keep watching, and you could win some cool stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the content, and obviously hit that like button too for me. Really helps me out. If you have any questions, you can drop those down below also. So I'm going to get out of here. Until the next video, I wish you guys the best of luck out there treasure hunting.